They just want you to sit in your chair and go, hip hip hooray, for the Western press and the Western narrative, regurgitating the same old, every single day, without exception. Please watch the first series, the first 2 episodes, the second series. Look at that.
Absolutely fascinating.
And it was the first time the Beatles had really stopped being semi-professional almost.
Hiya everyone. Football tonight, it's like a pre-match, isn't it? Pre-match. And I'm going to do the watch-along tomorrow, right through. You know, whether you spoilers and all that, I don't care anymore. I just don't care, honestly. It's the way I am. It's the way Slaughter's got me. It's the way Slaughter's got me. He's got everybody down, you know, people who know the football, that is. Not these arseholes who think that he's great, you know, he won the league last season. No, he fucking didn't. I'm telling you right now, if you fucking think that he won us the league, he didn't. It was Klopp's squad that won the league. And take Mo Salah out of the equation, where would we have finished? Just imagine if we would have sold him on. The golden boot would have gone, and the record Premier assists would have gone. Think about that. Would he have won the league? Would he? Fuck. Swearing already. And what did he say about Chiesa? Oh, we only bought him because no one will come if they're not in the Champions League. You know, he keeps doing that, doesn't he? Keeps doing that. Why doesn't he fucking do that to himself, the soft prick? Because didn't we buy McAllister, Szoboszlai, and the fucking rest of them? You know, he's just a fucking nonce who gets away with fucking murder. I'm just going, before I go on to anything, just let me do this, please. It's to the... It's our sponsors. Oh, it's just up there. Sorry about that. But anyway, it's got patent services. These people are absolutely brilliant. They sponsor all my pods. Every pod that I do, they're the sponsors of it. And without them, it'll be very difficult, you know, because it does cost a few bob. But anyway, you know, that's by the by. And if you're an elderly person, if you're an NHS worker, just get them in because you get special discounts. Don't struggle trying to decorate. Please don't struggle. Because I struggled once and fell back, broke my neck. And I was a lot younger then. So please don't struggle. Get them in. Even if you don't fit into the categories, get them in. Let them give you the price without any obligation. Please. That's Gap Patent Services. The sponsors of every pod that I do. Every pod. And, you know, again, if, you know, I follow small businesses. And the likes of HSOB, they're smashing, honestly. They're a smashing couple. They open every home game, they open up. Michael and Michelle Dean, just go in, quality stuff. Reasonable prices. They're very reasonable prices. And every home match, match day, when we're at home, they open up and just go along to the shop. They're brilliant people. They look after you. Quality stuff, as I said. That's scarf or a badge. Not only that, if you can't make it, just go online to @scarforabadge.com. So we're back to normal. Let's see what you've been saying. TW, I'd say, big up Frank and Reds. Cheers, and the Liverpool vlogs, MI6 is out. Hello, Frank. Hope you're well. Thank you. Cheers, mate. MI6. LFC blogs. And Barry, a very good evening, Frank and Reds chat. You made it then, Frank? Yes, I made it. I made it, mate. And Jeanette. Hiya, Frank. Hope you're well. Thank you, Jeanette. Yes, I'm okay at the time being until the pain hits me. And Kane Faz. Hi, Frank. At the game tomorrow, dreading it, mate. This is what it's all about, Kane. I'm not being funny or anything. For years we had going into games. I'm not talking about under slot. Confidence. Every game that we played. Now, with this slot fella, it's trepidation all the time. Isn't it, really? It's just like what you said. Dreading it, mate. There you have it. There you have it, Kane. Little Lindsay. Even Frank. God, that ballsy slot. Get that ball. Get that ballsy. God, get him out. Yeah, okay. We'll have to start praying. He is destroying our club. The Snake Man. Let's slate slot with Frank Carlyle. Since the last debacle, it's been a short while. The electronic cop convenes once more, but us, genuine copites, know the score. Evening, one and all. Can't believe me, that was a poem, wasn't it? Let's slate slot with Frank Carlyle. Since the last debacle, it's been a short while. The electronic cop convenes once more, but us genuine copites know the score. Evening, one and all. That's a little crack of that, mister. Well done, Snapey, lad. And we do know the score, in all seriousness. And the vlogs, I feel the same, mate. Like I said the other day, I've lost interest that much. I didn't even know we were playing tomorrow night. That's never been how I feel. I've always looked forward to the next game, etc. No comment to that. Can't answer that. Vlogs. Lee, can't answer that, mate. Evening, Barry Aldridge. Lad. Let me go down, please. Okay, now. And Kane says, we've got to be ready for a fight tomorrow. Second balls, everything, Frank, mate. This is we have got to go. We have to go for the second balls. All the 50-50s. We've got to go and get them. But it's how we fucking play. Look at us against Man City. Look at us with the first half out. We were fucking shocking. And that's how Slot plays us. And then when we score, I've said it time and time and time again, even last season I said it, that once we score, we sit back to try and preserve that lead. That's his tactic. And we always get caught out. And we certainly got caught out against Bournemouth and also Man City. You know, they're the last two games. That's two Premiership games. How many points does we take from them? No. Even the statistics from Hodgson in the first 20 games. Think about it. Think about this. Excuse me. Think about this. Hodgson's stats were far better. Now, let's say that we win till the end of the season every game. We can end up with 59 points. That's 1 point more. 1 point more than Hodgson finished with. Think about that. And you get people saying we're not at a second club. See, these people who say that, they look at Klopp, and Klopp was very successful right along until Edwards came back and fucking ruined it. Ruined us, ruined the fucking club with bringing this fucking arsehole in. And that's what they look at. Oh, you know, well, we didn't sack. We sacked fucking Rodgers before him. Excuse me. And before Rodgers, I hate mentioning his name, you know. Fucking Rodgers. And we sacked Hodgson, didn't we? Didn't we sack him? Yeah, of course we fucking did. We even sacked Kenny. We sacked Rafa. We sacked Dooley. They all got the fucking sack. And they're saying, you know, to us, these fucking slot-in people, we're not a sacking club. We fucking are. When they need to be to sack them. If we can sack Kenny Dalglish, we can fucking sack him, baldy head. Fuck's sake. These people haven't a fucking clue. My old mate Steve Evans got a right back there and he won't play. Macca doesn't look into it. No, you're right, he doesn't. There's a few of them who don't look interested, Steve. And what did he say today, that fucking arsehole, about Ramsey? He's a right back, for fucking God's sake. He said, we're trying to protect him. So we'll have Curtis Jones there at right back or Endo. What does that tell you? And the vlogs, when he goes, well, won't mention him again. We won't mention him again like the Northern Irishman. Yes, he'll never get mentions off me. Ever. Ever. I just want to see the fucking back of him. I don't like him. Never liked him. No one knew him. And there's fucking Edwards, you know, Edwards Hughes. People haven't a fucking clue. I was watching a few things today. And they were saying that they haven't a fucking clue what went on at the club. They haven't a fucking clue. Hughes, Edwards was told to leave, but don't take a job, you'll be back within 2 years. And he did. because they wanted to get rid of Klopp because he held too much power over the fans. Too much power. That's why he always went out on a shoestring budget. Jurgen Klopp. So Hughes left. Then Hughes. Edwards left along with that other prick, Julian Ward. And they both of them came back within the 2 years. Not one of them took the job. Think about that. And as soon as they went fucking through the fucking door of Anfield, Jurgen was finished then. He said, fuck this. I'm going. Now, Jurgen was well and truly went to the end of his contract. He didn't. Even before Edwards came back and there was murmurs of him coming back, his wife, Ula, said he got to sign another contract. And he never said no. But he didn't say yes either. There's fucking Fozy there. I seen him the other night. He doesn't ask me on a show, you know. There he is, there, laughing his little head off. But I was just going to finish this off, Fozy, and I'll have you on. Okay, mate. Good man. So you see the way it is. You see the way it is with us. Fucking shocking. CW, brilliant, Frank. I can no longer watch this crap while he is at the club. So at least I have your watch along to listen to. Thanks very much. I can't wait for what Fozy has to say in a moment or two. Just want to go through these. And T says, smash the likes and subscribe, Reds. Thank you. Just to get me algorithm up there, to be honest. Thank you, T. And Barry says, players to be replaced at the end of the season. Canate, Gomez, McAllister, Gapco, maybe Virgil and Alisson. That's a bit controversial, yeah, but, you know, everyone would be interesting. And Steve Evo says, right, have a good one, all. Off to get some scrap. See you later, Steve. Good man. Just tuning in to support to say, hello, Frank. Hope you're well. You'll never walk alone. To all in the chat, says the Liverpool 12th man. Thank you. I'm going to bring in this chap. Has he got? No, there he is. A fella named Fozzie. He's a true blue. He really is, you know. He pretends to be a red. With that, he'll strangle me with his headphones. Hiya, mate. Well, I can't say, where are you? Jeez. Do you know what? I don't think...
Screens below. You have to play around with. The ones below you.
Yeah, I don't know. This is ridiculous. Hang on. This is mad, this.
Not my one. You know, there's screens below you.
No, I know. I've got it. That's what I'm pressing. Device not...
There you go.
There you are. There you are. God blimey. I think Jason there just came on and sorted it. Jason, who doesn't like football. So listen, what do you think?
About what? I didn't listen to anything. I just saw you on, then I just came on.
Okay. Well, okay, let's go back to Fozzie.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go back to the debacle at Anfield. Against City.
Yeah. It was awful, wasn't it, Frank? Like the first half, I tweeted and I said, "Has anyone noticed? Like we didn't even we haven't taken a shot in the whole half at the goal at Anfield. Has anyone noticed that? I don't think people clocked onto that, Frank. And it's just everything is a mess, mate. There's no way out of this. You know, like when you have something at your football club, Frank, and no matter what you do, it's not going to be repaired. That's how we are now. No matter what Arne Slot does right now, it's never going to be repaired because we're so much in the dumps. There's no way back out of that. He has to go. We need fresh ideas. Frank, what I saw on that game against City was a team that has no ideas, a team has no motivation. I'm saying no motivation against the team that was rival us, that was our rival, sorry, in the last 8 years with Jurgen Klopp. You know what I mean? How often do we have sleepless nights looking forward to those games, against Manchester City and things like that? And now we just...
It's like what that Kane lad said. Now he's going to the game tomorrow. And he said, you know what? I'm not looking forward to it. And it's only what you just said there. Let's go back a couple of seasons when Klopp was here. We looked forward to games, and we were confident. Yeah. We had a lot of confidence. And then now, today, there's no confidence in the fans whatsoever. You only have the likes of the slot-in people who, in my opinion, haven't a clue. They haven't a clue. They're saying give him another season. Why give him another season? For more of the dross that we're seeing now and experiencing now and we're looking at now.
Yeah, they're off their heads, mate. Yeah.
They're off their heads.
Like even French, when we look at the team on the pitch, do those players look like they're playing for him, Frank? Do they look like they're interested in playing for this guy? Yeah. It's everything. I saw the penalty. I looked at it from there. Then I started watching the game back, Frank. Players don't really take up positions in the pitch where they cover each other anymore. They don't really shout out to each other if a player is running past you or anything like that. So if you look at, for example, everybody's blaming Alisson for the penalty, but if you look at the sequence before the penalty, the way Nunes got into the box with no one challenging him, that big space he had in the pitch inside the penalty box, nobody ever questioned that. There was 3 players that was marking the winger. It was Coquez, who should be back in his position, to be fair, Jones and McAllister. All of them, Frank, are watching the ball. They're not watching runners. They're not watching anything else from what I can see when I'm watching them. So you look at the game overall. So I started watching the game back. And I looked at it. Is there more to this thing that we just seen? Yes. Because under Arne Slot this season, we're watching the ball more rather than taking up positions. Rather than taking up positions where we could prevent chances going towards our goal. So basically, there's no tactics. We're just all over the place. And I don't think they could repair this anytime soon, Frank. Listen, it's only getting worse. We're not going to be in the Champions League next season.
No.
And if you think we are, give me evidence that you see on the pitch that's going to solve these issues that we have.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. Do you think is there any chance of getting into the Champions League? Because we're 4 points behind Chelsea. We're 5 points behind United. Just imagine if we lose tomorrow and they play. Think about it. There's no chance. But we do have a chance to rejuvenate if Slot goes and we bring... we've got to bring someone in. And Xabi Alonso will come. People are saying, oh, we won't come until the summer. No, he'd come. He'd just come straight here. Yeah. Get Steven Gerrard in. And, let's go on from there. Because look at Carrick. Carrick went to Manchester United and look what they've done.
Yeah. Yeah. The story I heard about Alonso is he wants to take a break. But if Liverpool come calling, he said, I'll go. That's what he said. All we need to do is a phone call for him. But they're not doing it for some reason, Frank. They want to keep this guy. Don't know why. There's nothing going to change as long as he's going to be at Liverpool Football Club. And the sooner we get rid of him, the better for the football club, in my opinion. Because, Frank and chat, what we need to wake up. We worked hard for, Jurgen, to the point of his health was in risk, has got us to this place that we're at, champions of England again, competing in the Champions League and all that stuff. That's back over like a 9 year.
Europe. We were feet in Europe.
Yes. So he worked hard to the point that he got into a bad health, the poor guy. and he had to leave because he got tired of the football club just not sharing the same vision as him. Like you said earlier before I came on, I heard the bits of it, the way they got Michael Edwards and all of that stuff. They never, yeah, because they never shared the same vision as Jurgen. Jurgen just got tired. You know what I mean? You know what I love about Jurgen, Frank? I was saying it on my show earlier, mate. Well, you know what I love about Jurgen, Frank? It was 30 years we couldn't win a league title, no matter who the manager was. They didn't know what the issue was at our football club. You remember, Frank? Like, we couldn't solve that issue. Everybody said, is Anfield jinxed? Is there a black cat in Anfield that's not going away? We had all these things people used to say because we used to challenge, but we never used to win. You know what I mean? So, you know what this beautiful man done, Frank? He went back. He went back to the future. He looked at Shankly all the way to Fagan, Dalglish, just to see why this club is not moving to the direction that he wants it to move. So what he said to the players was, Frank, there's a big backpack with rocks we're holding on to here. We need to take that off and build our own legacy and strive forward. Once he said that, Frank, everybody believed in what he was saying. And all of a sudden, we started winning the Champions League, then the Premier League. You know what I mean? And things like this, like continuously.
Well, the World Club Cup.
I mean, like things we never won before. People think,
yeah. You know, I just want to go through some of these, but it's only what you said before about the legacy. And Hughes, Edwards, now don't forget, they don't like Klopp. You know, Hughes, he's fucking Bournemouth, him, Bournemouth, because he's Edwards' mate. Yeah. And he said, here, come up here, come to Liverpool. Right? Hughes has come up, the invisible fucking man. Now he's finally come out with a round table. And I said at the time, why didn't he have a fucking round table after the Bournemouth game? And he must have planned it. Let's have a good win, and then we can have a round table. You see what I mean? Why didn't he have one against after the Manchester City one? Why didn't he have one then? Yeah. They're fucking phony. These are phony people that's running the club. Yep. And a phony coach. He's useless, him. He's clueless. But anyway, that's me. The legacy, this is the most important part of what I'm saying. They've gone, Hughes, Edwards, and Slot they've said, let's get rid of this fucking legacy by Klopp once and for all. Let's put your legacy in. But they picked the wrong fella.
Person.
It is. I just want to go through some comments here by these lovely people. Lindsay Ellis saying, getting Gap Payton in a few months to do my whole house. Oh, thank you, Lindsay. Oh, that's great, that. Thank you, sweetheart. Paul Burke. Good evening, Frank. He's my old mate, Paul. Good evening, Frank and chat. Well, where do you start with the latest crap show? Playing for a draw at home? Yes. Great shout. And the vlogs. Don't forget, these are all season ticket holders, you know.
Yeah.
And the vlog says, seen a stat before that showed Slot's record this season as worse than Roy Hodgson's.
Yeah.
Just goes to show, But yet, they won't grow a pair of balls and sack him. Probably anything so the owners don't pay out. It's only 10 million. What they're going to fucking lose is between 70 and 100 million if we don't qualify, which we won't, for the Champions League. But we've got a fucking chance if we do sack him and bring in Xabi Alonso, because Enrique's not going to come here. No. He's already earmarked by City. He's already earmarked by City.
Aren't they, Frank? They're penny pinchers, aren't they, mate? That's what they are. It's always about the money in their pocket, not letting it out for Liverpool Football Club. That's what it is.
No. I'm just so fucking sick, to be honest. I'm just so sick of it, to be honest.
I don't blame you, Frank. Yeah, real fans have emotions like this. The fake fans are the ones who are accepting this. You know what I mean? So you're on the right path, my friend, because you care about Liverpool Football Club. These people that are supporting this crap, they don't care about Liverpool Football Club.
No, of course they don't. No. Steve Mulholland. I noticed an idiot in the Cop with a half and half scarf with City on it. And this is the problem. There you go, Fuzzy. There you go.
We're going to games with half and half scarves.
And Jeanette says, we'll get back to that, Jeanette. Will Klopp return?
I wish. I'm hoping.
And I'm going to ask you that, actually, about, let's just like surmise, shall we say, hypothetically surmise about that. And Barry says, even as Snapey, going to see my second favourite hero this week, give you a clue, he knows a little about Liverpool. First hero, Shanks. Yes, I like that, Barry. And my old mate Steve Evans says, had them lates on the ropes Sunday, then score and drop off when we should have ripped them out, on the players and coaches. That it is, of course, it's a... No matter what we say, Fozzie, no matter what we say, it's just heartbreaking.
It is.
And these lads, as I said, these are their season tickets. These go to the game. As my old mate Steve Mulholland said, he's seen a hat, with a half and half scarf with City on. Come on, please.
Cheats.
And these are the people you're talking about, Fozzie.
Cheats.
Can I just get onto this fella here, please? I'm sorry. Linda First was told today Slot gets 8 million a year. Jürgen got 200 million. Says enough for me. Well, that's it. Saves you money. Neil Broderick, I want to ask him a question as well. Neil says, when Sloz scored that incredible goal last Sunday, it was very noticeable. Liverpool stepped back 4 yards. Slot's used to substitutions is abysmal. Last 10 minutes was screaming for raw talent. Rio, yes, Alisson shows a moment of madness, but is that what Slot's driving him mad? Do you know what? I think that's a cracking... Listen, Neil, let me know if that lad's is going to do that for me, the drone thing. I was talking about you today, to be honest, because I've got all these plans for the summer to do this thing. I've got to mention this lad, Droopy Dog. Hello, do you know a Droopy Dog, Fozzie?
No.
Anyway, he says, hello, Frank. The Slot survives another poor display. How many more interviews do we have to listen to with this person running the club down? He keeps harping on about Europa League of club. Exactly. Fozzie, did you see the interview, by the way?
No, I don't watch his interviews that much anymore. I tried it today and I turned it off. I just can't watch his interviews.
I can't watch him, but, I was listening to other comments, what he was saying. And as the Ryan Deere memes. How you doing, Mr. Frank? Long time. Remember me? Was just busy in life and calling me. By the way, Liverpool are going through some tough time. I hope good prevails. Always on Liverpool as a Barcelona fan. Oh, yeah. Remember you around, Ryan? Yeah, of course. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. And the vlogs don't think Sunderland have lost their home this season. No, they haven't. They won't be scared of us tomorrow, unfortunately. No. Flozzie, tomorrow. What's your thoughts on that, please?
I'm feeling the worst, Frank. I'm feeling the worst. I'm sorry. I know people want me to come on here and be positive. If you watch us, right now, it only could go downhill. There's nothing we're going to show on the pitch that's going to be any different from the previous games that we played. If we're playing like that at home, what chance have you got against a team that's not lost all season at home? You know what I mean? And gave a game to Arsenal and everybody else. So, yeah, man. we're in a bad way. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be his last game because if we lose tomorrow and he's still at the football club, it just clearly shows the ownership are not really interested in winning or being a big club, because big clubs don't react like we do, guys. Small clubs do. I mean, even small clubs have, when things are going wrong, they do more than what we do. We've got this kind of, it's not the Liverpool way, but they don't sack managers. I think Frank cleared it up earlier. We sacked a lot of managers in the past. So, I mean, even under FSG. So, if Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes are holding on to their guy, then you need to ask yourself, should they be at the football club with this guy?
Exactly. It's as simple as that. And that's what I've called out all, since this fucking Edwards came back, to be honest, and since Jürgen left, I've called him out. I've called this Hughes fella out. I called him the invisible man. No one ever fucking seen him. No one's seen him. And that's why I said, he's like an invisible man. Where is he? Why doesn't he say something? And he has it. And he had this round table, which was a load of bollocks as well. So, as Stephen Mulholland says, we have dropped points to all of the teams in the relegation zone, not looking forward to tomorrow's game. And that's the point. Now, this lad is going tomorrow. And Kane, he says, totally agree, Frank, go and get second and third, but sit back and invite pressure with Klopp. It was just the end-to-end, every game. Miss it, mate. And that's right. Because I've always said, Fozzie, you've heard me saying it, every time we go into the lead, we sit back and allow the opposition to try and preserve the lead that we've just got.
You know what's funny, Frank? We only had 14 minutes to go. You know what I mean? Why do you just show the midfield up and when you're 1-0 up in the game and then just see it out? Why don't you just do something like that? Why are you still playing the same kind of football? As soon as we score a goal, we let the opposition come on to us. Why do we have to do that? Why can't we keep possession and try to get another one and go up the other side of the pitch? It's just the same every game, Frank. Nothing's going to change under this guy. And I don't know what people are watching that's going to change. I really don't.
Well, as my old mate Paul Burke says, the thing is, we have known for a long time now, we can't defend a lead, for fuck's sake. The arrogance of the man is beyond belief. Can you answer?
Can I share something with you? Can I share something with you, Frank? Let me show you something here. I'm not going to play or anything like that. I'm just going to give you clips of it. Then I think that the chat and yourself will know how bad we are as a football club at the moment. So let me show you. Let me try to find this footage. Hopefully you could put it on there. So I'm going to show you the penalty. Everybody's blaming Alisson. And then you're probably going to realize, well, it's not really his fault. Okay, let me share it with you. Hopefully you can share it, Frank, if you can see it. So remember what I was saying about, our football club just watches things. It doesn't really, read it. They don't really prepare for games. So you look at this footage here, Frank. There's Ekatike there. There's Curtis Jones there who replaced Gakpo, and there's McAllister there, and there's Curtis right at the end. Yeah. Curtis should not be that far. Curtis should be around the box around here, around the edge of the box around here. Yeah. So as I move on a bit, let me just push it on a bit. Look what they're all doing. What are they all doing, Frank? They're all watching the ball, right? Are they watching the guy that's running behind them? Yeah. Watch. Look. By the time they realized the guy's gone at the back of them, it's too late. And look at the big gap Alisson had to come out to. And everybody's blaming Alisson. How is a guy in football free like that in the box? Do you guys remember under Jürgen how congested we was? How difficult it was to get past us as a football team? Now look, our players, they realize that, look how late they are. They're sprinting back now. That's too late. The guy's already in the box. And then everybody's blaming Alisson for coming out of his box. He's trying to prevent whatever he's going to cross into the box. That's what he's trying to do. because
he wouldn't have come out of his box, you know, to run towards that. That fella would have just took that, gone into the set and just put it in. So he had to come out. There was no other way.
There you go. Free like a bird in the box. Free. Let me just go back, guys, yeah? This is what we do nowadays. Look at the free players when the player is running behind them. Is any of them facing him?
No.
Is any of them looking at him?
No.
Is anyone shouting out, oh, there's a player running behind you, watch out? That's the team we got now. This is what Arne Slot has done to us.
Yes.
We're hopeless. Look, they're still looking at him when he's running. They just looked at him now. They just realised, and it's too late.
They're the tactics, though, aren't they?
Yep.
Absolute useless tactics. That's great, that. Oh, you'll have to come on again.
I spotted it yesterday. I said, what the hell is going on here? Like, I don't really analyze games like I used to anymore, Frank, but I had to watch this game back, and I was looking at what went wrong with this team. And the more I look at it, Frank, the more I've realized we're just ball watching. We don't really do tactical things. I remember when I was growing up, when I used to be coached and I used to coach, you always say you have to, as well as you're attacking, you have to still do off the ball work, which is marking your player. So I always assign players to players. Do you get what I'm saying, Frank? That's your player in the game. Stick with him if he comes on your side. Don't let him go past you. And if you look at that, does that look like an organized team? When three players are watching the ball and the guy is getting behind them and getting to the
stuff, isn't it? I don't think he's a proper coach.
No, he ain't. He ain't. When I watched that, he ain't.
He's average. He's even below average.
That's poor.
I just don't know. We're Liverpool Football Club. We're a massive club. We're the best club in England. You know, we're the most successful rod in England. And I'm talking about the English game, not talking about the Scottish game. But I'm talking about the English game, the Premiership. We're the most successful.
Yeah.
And yet we bring in a fella who nobody had heard of, only that he was a mate of that Richard Hughes. He was a mate of his.
Yeah.
And that's why he was brought in, and to try and get rid of the legacy of Jurgen Klopp. And it's backfired. So, and the excuse that these people give, he's won the league last season. No, he didn't. No, he didn't. Mo Salah won us the league last season with his golden boot and his record assists in the Premiership.
Mm-hmm.
That's who won us the league. And the squad. Here's another thing, Foz, I was mentioning as well. When Jurgen left, he left a squad of players that had just gelled from the season before. Right?
Should have won the league, by the way. Should have won the league if it wasn't for bad referee decisions.
Exactly. So, you know, we're in the Champions League. He's left us a squad. Yeah, he's left us a squad that was gelled. Slot comes in. We wins the league. Then he reverts to playing as Eredivisie, his mindset as the Dutch league. Yeah. Now, you've only got to look at how many Dutch managers have been successful in the Premiership.
Hardly any.
None. You've only got to look at Ten Hag.
None of them.
That's a coach, done him.
Yep.
United couldn't wait to get shot of him. The fans get fucking shot. Van Gaal. He was Manchester United manager. You had Koeman, who was manager of Everton.
Ruud Gullit.
They got rid of him.
Yeah. Chelsea.
And we fucking got this fella who's fucking worse than any of them I've just mentioned.
Yeah.
And we're stuck with him.
Yep.
But I think it's up to the fans now.
Yeah. We have to start talking, mate. We have to start talking as a fan base.
Paul Burke says, the thing is, we have known for a long time now, we can't defend for okay, I've said that, I'm sorry there, boys. And did Roy Evans get the sack, or did he leave because of Houllier? I think there was a sort of... it's also
He resigned. He resigned because this joint management thing wasn't working. I mean, because the players were going to one manager and then to the other one, and they confused the players. So he said, "For the good of the club, I have to leave," and then he left. That's
I think they told him to resign rather than be sacked.
yeah. He resigned.
And it's as simple as that. Vlogs. And the Droopy Dog says, according to statistics on Slot's tenure, in one whole year, he has lost 20 matches and has 15. This is Slot's tenure. He has a 51% win ratio, with, when complete with Ten Hag or Amarim, his win ratio is lesser than those two bad coaches. That's what I mean. It's proven that he's worse than them.
He's awful, man. He's awful. Even in the games, guys, like if you look at the games that we play, when we go, basically, when a team is dominating us, you know, at some stage as a coach, Frank, as you know, football, obviously you played it, you understand, you probably coached in it as well. There's a time when, like, it takes you a few, like 20 minutes, 30 minutes to realize things are not going according to plan. I've got to make some changes. You don't have to make substitutes, but on the pitch, you know, to make it more difficult for the opposition. He doesn't even do that, Frank. He always waits for the 65th minute of the game. You know what I mean? He has to wait to that time to make changes. But in the first half, you could have made changes, man. You could have made us more difficult, you know, to beat, or you could progress the ball quicker or something like that. He doesn't even do it, Frank. Let me give you an example. Look at that Man City away game, the first one, the 3-0 defeat. What did he do to change the game when we was getting battered the first 20 minutes of the game? Nothing. He just let them get battered. We've even saved a penalty in that game for us to rethink things, so we could go, you know, shit. You know, we've had a penalty against us. We could have been a goal down. It's 0-0 still, so let's change up some stuff. They didn't do that. Next minute, another goal, and they obviously they won the game 3-0 after that. This is what I'm saying. He never, his game management is not like a man that knows what he's doing. It's like a little kid kind of management, Frank. Because at some point we know things are not going right on the pitch, and we have to make changes on formations or something. You know what I mean, Frank? That's at some point you got to realize it. He takes ages, mate. It's too late by the time. It's just like when he changed the formation to hard to beat. You should have been hard to beat after that Crystal Palace game when you got battered in the first half. That's when you should have realized, guys, we've been conceding goals every single time. We got away with it a few times, and this time we didn't. Instead of like going back to the drawing board, what did he do, Frank? He went to Dubai to his family. And
that was shocking, that. And I always bring that up, actually, Fozzie. And I'll tell you for why. We lost 3 games on the bounce. International break. He should have been at the access with his backroom staff. And his backroom staff, fuck knows where they went, because they mustn't have been up there either. Mm-hmm. He doesn't go to the access and his backroom staff. He goes to Dubai. And I was sick over that. I was sickened, because to me, he must have gone into the reception area or whatever, the admin centre, and say, get me a flight ticket to Dubai. He's using Liverpool, I said at the time, as a travel fucking agency. That's the way I seen it. And Ryan says it would be tough with Szoboszlai. Liverpool would not just miss this great player, but also how he plays. He lifts the old team as superb goals are literally morale changing, and his commitment too. And that's a good one. Our rumours true that Robbo will leave this summer. He doesn't want to, but Slot did not want him in the squad no more. No, I'm being honest. He's not the same player anymore, to be honest, as Robbo. And I think he will leave. But I'm going to ask you this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If Liverpool don't qualify, which it more or less looks like now, for the Champions League, and we're going into the Europe. We mightn't even get into the fucking Europa League. It's up at the conference.
Mm.
Do you think any big stars would leave if Slotter's still there?
Yeah.
Want the transfer? Do you know? I tell you, I'm fearing. Even if we do get into the Champions League, it's only what Ryan mentioned, that the player is Szoboszlai. Now, Szoboszlai is an unbelievable player. And I think Real Madrid will come knocking on the door for him.
He already talks now.
Not down his contract, but just to buy him outright.
Yeah.
And if they came in with an 80 to £100 million, you know, there's no problem that FSG will just sell him. Yeah. There's no problem with that. They'll just say, yeah, take the money, get rid. That's in my opinion.
Oh, I agree with you. I mean, Szoboszlai since I've been coming over here, Frank, I was telling people, even when they doubted him, I said he's the most talented midfielder out of the lot that we've got. I've been saying that for the last few years, since people have turned on him before this season. I said he's got more on his ability than everybody else. And now this season, you see the free kicks he's scoring, the important goals he's scoring, the being an all-round player for the team as well, selfless, you know what I mean, and never complainers about it. That's a typical Liverpool player, Frank. Firmino, Gerrard, that's what they did. That's the beauty of Liverpool when you got players like that. And it does worry me, because if it continues the way we're falling apart like this, many players have ambitions, Frank. They want to win things. And Real Madrid, the more they weaken Liverpool, the better for them, because they know Liverpool, when they strengthen and they're up and running, they're a threat to them. So that's why you never see them chase Arsenal players. You never see them chase Man City players. You never see them chase Chelsea players. It's always Liverpool. Why? Because they know Liverpool have something that they fear. That's the whole point. And if you're going to weaken them by any means, that's what they would do. And that's what
what you just said there goes back to Steve McManaman.
There you go.
When they went in for him, because they knew that, and he ended up winning 2 European Cups.
Scoring
when he went to Real.
Yeah.
And yes, so you're spot on, and I'm right as well, because I've said it before, that they'll just come in, they'll pick and choose.
Yeah.
It was like Canate. Now, Canate was going through a bad time because his dad was, very, very ill in Paris, back in Paris.
Yeah.
And, that must have been on his mind, because when he came back, this first game, and he played well. It seemed that, everything had lifted from him.
Yeah.
And he plays well.
Yeah.
But they're back in for him now. And I think they'll come in for Szoboszlai if nothing happens. I just want to say, listen to this one here, and it's snappy. And I want you to answer this particular comment. See what you say.
Mm.
We just aren't behaving like English football's most decorated club. Be it on or off the pitch, our manager's ineptitude combined with the hierarchy's downright lack of concern has destroyed us. There you go, Fuzzy.
Spot on.
Can you answer that?
Yeah. Listen, you know where I stand with this, Frank. I don't think. Let me give you something, guys. Like, in the last month or so, I've been researching like what's wrong with us as a football club. Why don't we really progress when we're in a successful time? And I realized our ownership don't share the same ambition as this club should be sharing. Do you get what I'm saying, Frank? This club is up there with Real Madrid. This club is up there with Bayern Munich's, AC Milan's as the most successful club, not just in England, in Europe as well. You know what I mean? We're up there. We're one away, equaling AC Milan in second place. That's how big Liverpool Football Club is. And then you look at, we win a league title, we drop off, and then we go and win a European League title, we drop off. We win a league title again, we drop off. If you look at the last 16 years overall, guys, it's been the same cycle under this ownership, but nobody ever questions it because they spent 450 million last summer. This is why they are at the top now, because everybody are happy with the amount of money they spent. But if you look at the net spend they did this summer was 235 million. That's what they spent. If you look at the net spend, so they didn't really spend that much because what they did was they brought you players that you're gonna be turning a blind eye on what's going out. You get what I'm saying? So 9 players or 10 players have gone out, 7 players have come in. But the 9 players that's gone out, they play in positions which are crucial to our actual display on the pitch, which is the bench and the midfield area. We bought a lot of attackers in, but we didn't buy enough backup or players that can play in the defensive side as well as the midfield. So that weakens us dramatically. So when you look at the season now, this is why we are where we are, because it's not just about what's going on the pitch, it's what's on the bench. We got 2 goalkeepers on the bench, guys. I mean, so if you look at our owners, you never see them pull their money out of their pocket. Look at January. We needed a defender. We needed something different to what we have on the pitch to help us out to get to the Champions League spots. What did they do? They kept quiet, and all of a sudden, the last day transfer window, bam, they bought a player for next season. Not this season, next season. We don't want to play. I'm not worried about next season. I'm worried about now. I need players now. So they decided to do that. And the next minute, 2 days later, what did they do? They gave you around the table with Arne Slot. And I'm thinking to myself, normal circumstances, when I watch around the table, so since I've been watching it, because I've been watching it since it started, they give you advertisement. They give you time and date. This one, straight away. I mean, just to show support for Arne Slot and all that stuff. This is what I'm saying. They're not interested in winning, guys. They're interested in winning to a certain extent, which is spread. You know what I mean? We win the league this season, 5 years later, we'll go for the next one. That's how they do things, because they don't want, because there's a thing people don't understand. The more success you have, the more money you have to spend. And that's what they don't want to do. If you know what I mean, you have to get in your pocket to refresh the squad every single season if you want to be successful. And
but again, Fozzie, I've said it, and you know that I've said this, that when we won the league, Jürgen wanted money to strengthen. They got no money. When we won the Champions League, he wanted money to strengthen, and he got no money.
No money.
And this is why he's always worked on a shoestring. And he would have won a hell of a lot more if he would have been given the money that this Pratt's getting. I'll just say this, right? I went on someone's pod today because I will not watch Slot. I will not watch any of his interviews because he's a fucking prick and a liar and a fraud. That's in my opinion.
They're all liars.
And you know what? This fella, he's an Irish lad. And, he was on and he said, I'm going to leave this up. And what was behind or side of him was all during the Slot interview. He put up all the comments that was coming through live. And honestly, 99.9% was saying, get out of the club. To Slot out, get out. It was immense what they were saying. And I'm talking, they were just reeling off. It was just going up and up and up. And every single one of them. I don't think he gives a fuck, to be honest. Does Mr. Slot. I really don't. And CWC's, for fuck's sake, sacked it. So I can't say that. And his mates and get Jürgen back. Just imagine if Klopp was given the half a billion quid, we will be at the top. Listen, getting back to hypothetically. No, it's not even hypothetically. What chances? Suppose they sack him, right? Suppose they sack this fella tonight, and they asked Jürgen to come back. Now, here's the caveat with this. You've got Edwards there, whom he doesn't like at all. You've got FSG, who he knows wanted to get rid of him because he held too much power.
Yeah.
Right. Now, let's be hypothetical. Suppose he went, okay, I'll come back on my terms. Would he come back first and foremost? to help Liverpool Football Club because he loves the club, he loves the fans, he loves the team.
Yeah.
What do you think he'd do?
I think he'll come back. I heard because I watched this interview recently when they asked him, like, when you're ready to come back to football, what would you do? He says, "I'd love to get back to Liverpool Football Club," and he's definitely said that because there's a video that's saying that. The thing with Michael Edwards and that, they need to sit around the table and just tell him, like, let them sort the differences out. Imagine all of them working together, where we could be, Frank. You know what I mean? we'll be back to normality. That's all we need. We need that connection with them lot together again. And I think if they sit around the table and FSG can organize that and tell Jurgen, just be the coach, we'll take care of everything else. We don't need you to make yourself tired again or anything like that. And this time we're gonna sign you the players that you want. You know what I mean? And we're no longer building stadiums. I think you'd be laughing, Frank. Because you know where it is, Frank, and a lot of people don't look into football in the modern day. Football in the modern day is no longer about physicality, Frank. It's on players. It's no more like if a player does wrong, you slap him in the face, wake him up, or anything like that, like Graham Souness and Bill Shankly and all these guys used to do to people. That's gone out the window. Football is about this nowadays. It's about psychological, and nobody has the better psychological factor than Jurgen Klopp. He will make you think you're the best player in the world if you're Jordan Henderson. He will make you think you're Messi if you're Mo Salah. That's how good this guy was. And look at his players, man. When he was at Liverpool, all of them were Ballon d'Or nominees. Every single. When did you ever see that at Liverpool? All of them being Ballon d'Or nominees, from the goalkeeper all the way to the strikers, from defense to midfield to strikers, always Ballon d'Or nominees, because he did that. He made them believe they're better than what they were, and they always walked through a wall for him. And that's what
he made us believe as well. There's a fucking big banner. Believe. And he made us believe. And this is why I go back to the Shankly days, Fozzie. And Shankly, when he came, he embraced the city and the fans. He just embraced them.
Yeah.
And people were, this fella, and he was great. Yeah. He was great. It's like what's behind me there. Shankly lives forever. That's how, we revered him.
Yeah.
Bill Shankly. And well, let's fast forward. Who's the next Shankly? Was Jurgen Klopp. Because he did exactly what Shankly did. He embraced everybody. He embraced you, he embraced me, he embraced everyone on the chat. He embraced every Liverpool football fan, every single one of us. And he said, didn't he, at the beginning, he said, in 4 years we will win the league. And I went like that, well, you've got an hard job, mate. And he did.
He said it.
He did.
Otherwise,
the belief that we've put in all of in everything he said. And we believed everything he said, and everything that we won under him on a shoestring budget. Do you think this fella would do it? Do you think this fella, if we were 3-0 down against a very good Barcelona side at Anfield, do you think he could overthrow that 3-0 deficit?
We're already talking about his man management skills, Frank, which is zero. So how's he going to motivate players? You know what I mean? He's terrible, Frank. He's got no chance, man. Just bring Jurgen back. Bring him back, man.
There's no motivation.
I might have to go and find him, Frank, and bring him back, man. Just tell him we miss you, man. Just come back. Just come back. I can't do this anymore. I can't watch this. Like what the old saying, Frank. You don't know what is good until it's gone. You know what I mean? It's not the same no more, Frank. I'm watching our games. It's boring. You know what I mean? Like, look at the Champions League nights back in the day. Look at the games in the knife edge. You know what I mean? Where is that gone? I mean, I used to be so excited before a game. I already know because I already know we've won it. Before the kickoff. I miss that. I miss that kind of belief. Now I don't even know where the next win is coming from because the games are getting more difficult. They're not getting easier.
Do you know what? I've just seen some comments there.
Mm.
TW says, "Big up, Fozzie."
Yeah, it's my guy FTW, man. Big up, man.
He's a lovely fella, isn't he, the big T? And this lad, Ali, he comes from Romania. Well, he is in Romania now, you know.
Yeah.
And he's a big red. He says, "If we will replace Virgil, Maka, Ali, and Robbo, we need 2 years to recover." It's as simple as that. And the Liverpool swell, "Big up, Fozzie. I hit the like button before you joined, but I'd like to hit it twice if I could."
Big up 12, man. I hope everything's okay with you, brother. I hope everything's okay.
I'll hit it twice if I could. That's a cracker, that, isn't it? And Droopy Dog says, "All season our ex-players have said, get off slots back, or the fans are bang out of order." And the classic, "He has money in the bank because he won the league. Slot has turned us into Man United." And I don't think he's turned us into Man United. I think he's turned us into fucking West Ham. I really do. We're nearer we're nearer West Ham than we are to
Arsenal.
yeah.
And we're the current champions, by the way.
How does that work out? Do you think the hierarchy, and I'm talking about Hughes and the other, even Hogan, Billy Hogan, him, and Edwards, do you think they must be sitting in the stands watching Liverpool play? And they must be feeling the same as us by going, "Oh, Jesus," just like you when you put that little clip up before, Fozzie.
Yeah.
You know, how bad we are. How bad. So why haven't they done anything? While, you know, there's time to retrieve something.
Yeah, save it before it gets out of hand. You're right. Save it before it gets out of hand. Because it's like a virus, Frank, isn't it? We're 30% into the virus, you know what I mean? Which is how we're playing at the moment. Before it spreads and becomes to like 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, nip it in the bud. Because once you get into that virus permanently, Frank, it's impossible to, turn things around. It will take you years and years and years. And I'm not going to sit here 30 years later. I'm sorry. I'm not waiting for another 30 years. It's either fix it now or, it is what it is. We can't come back from that. Because the scariest part of it is, Frank, as we're decreasing, all our rivals are getting better. You know what I mean, Frank? So that's the scariest part, and nobody talks about that. We are going down and the rest of our rivals are going up. And once they get to that stage, do you think, like Ferguson used to do, they're not going to put their foot down on our heads and make us stay, let us, make sure we stayed below them? Ferguson did it in his entire career. He made sure Liverpool did not win the league. They went from 7 titles to 20 titles. When they won 7 titles, Frank, we was on 18. You know what I mean? How did Man United catch up that much?
Exactly.
Yeah, come on, man.
Exactly. Do you know what? I'm going to bring Man City into this. And it's only since Jurgen left. I think, the way Man City are, they dropped off.
Oh, they're awful, Frank. They're awful.
And you know what I think? I think it's a Jurgen Klopp factor. Because even Pep turned around when he was leaving, he just left. Yeah, he said, "I don't know what I'm going to do now, because he was my biggest rival." Yeah. And I think it's had an effect on him.
No, he has. He wants to leave, from what I've heard. So,
yeah, he does. And this is why the likes of Enrique, if he does finally resign or doesn't sign a new contract with PSG, he'll be there.
Yeah.
And we've got to get, could you imagine fucking Enrique and Slot on the same pitch? You know what I mean? 2 teams fighting each other. Fucking hell.
Have people forgot what Enrique said last season, Frank, when we beat them at the Paris Saint-Germain arena? Do you remember what he said? Big up, my guy. Enrique said, "Even though we lost today, I believe we could beat them. We're going to beat them when we go to Anfield." And what did they do? They're beating us in Anfield. So even coaches from the opposition know how to play against Arne Slot. They're already pre-telling you, we're going to beat you. I mean, go back and look, Frank. I swear he said that. We're going to beat them. Luis Enrique said that after that game when Harvey Elliott scored the winner. Straight after the game, he said, we're going to go to Anfield and beat them. That's what he said. He knows how to play against them.
There you go. And Steve Mulholland says, glad I haven't got TNT Sports and we'll miss the game tomorrow. I can't watch from the game from another way, but might not bother. Steve, if you want to come up to me, you can watch it here. You can watch it here, mate, if you want. Just let me know, Steve. Let me know. And I'll have you here with me. And Christopher says, hi, Fozzie.
Big up, Christopher. Big up. Frank, let me ask you a question. Would you, if Liverpool wanted to sign a defensive midfielder, would you go for the Aston Villa one, Onana, the ex-Evertonian?
Why not?
Do you know anything?
I like that Wharton lad.
Yeah.
I like him.
Do we need a possession-based DM or do we need a guy who's got a bit of everything, Frank?
Do you know what? I'm for 3 fucking years, and the lad, I think I've told you, on here, the lads will tell you, for 3 years I've been screaming out for a defensive midfielder. For 3 years, and we haven't got one. And I'm not being funny towards this Gravenberch lad, but he's no fucking DM. He's far from it. And I think he's just about a above average player, to be honest. Yeah. Gravenberch. He was missing during the game, him.
Did you see the passes he makes, Frank? Keeps on giving it away like every single time to the opposition.
All the time, yeah. And, so...
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, but I think, Frank, to be honest, you need to look at the Onana guy from Aston Villa. Not only he's big, he's strong, he's good with possession. The opposition actually fears him as well. I watched him against Arsenal at the Emirates this season, Frank. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Frank, he destroyed Arsenal, mate, on his own. He absolutely annihilated him. Although Aston Villa lost, he came off at halftime injured. That's why they actually won that game. But if you look at the first half, Frank, I wish people can watch that first half. He absolutely destroyed Arsenal. They were scared of him. They were scared, Frank. They were actually scared of him. He's so big and he's so powerful and he's good with possession. That's what we need, Frank. That's what we need. A bit of Fabinho with a bit more, with the ball. That's how I see him when I'm looking at him. I think Liverpool.
That's who you miss, isn't it? A Fabinho in his prime.
I like Wharton, but is he the kind of defensive midfielder that scares opponents? Not really.
No.
I mean, he's a possession. He's like a Mendy. That's what I don't want. I want a guy that can scare the opponents, like Graham Souness used to, like Steve McMahon. Players like that, Steven Gerrard. That's what we need in that midfield, Frank. And this Onana guy, he's only 24. I didn't even know. I thought he was about 28. He's only 24. I mean, so, and not only that, Frank, he's African, but he plays for Belgium. So we don't have to worry about him in the African nations. He's not going to go because he plays for Belgium. So this guy has to be the one for me now. Someone like that.
What do you think of our new signing? He's out for the fucking season. Jackie, he hasn't even played for us yet.
Typical Liverpool, Frank.
You can't make it up, can you? And the Liverpool shop man says, let's hope for some good results today and for us to step it up tomorrow.
Yeah, Chelsea are all up already.
I can't get him on, unfortunately. The 12th man. And Paul Burke, I love it, Frank. Needs some technical advice. And my Steve Mulholland, good fella this day. Hi, Fozzie.
I'm Steve. Yeah.
Do you know what? Our lads are fucking great,
Yeah, we're the best, man. Best people. Best fans in the world when we stick together like this, Frank, Yeah. Telling the truth instead of lying to ourselves. I'm sick and tired of lying every time. Like everything's okay when everything is bad. I'm sick of it, man.
It is. It's just fucking so sad. And Ali says, if Alonso will join, for sure he will bring other players. Latin managers love passing style, creation. And to be honest, me, as a Latin guy, I love that style.
Yeah.
And that's from Ali.
Look on the bright side. Look on the bright side with big up, Cedric. Look on the bright side. If Xavi Alonso comes to Liverpool, that's a longevity manager because he's no longer he hasn't got that Real Madrid thing over his head anymore. He's done that, been there. So he could just concentrate on Liverpool in the next 10 years if he has that success and have his first team, have his second team, have his third team kind of thing because he's young enough to have that, isn't it, Frank? So if he comes to Liverpool, it's a longevity manager, man. If things go according to plan, and not only that, not only is he a manager, he's an ex-Liverpool player that we loved. I mean, so he will galvanize everybody together as well. So if you have that at your football club, things are back to normal again. Simple as that.
It is as simple as that, and it's so easy, isn't it? When you say that, it rolls off the tongue, but you've got the likes of this fucking Hughes and this other fucking clown. They should go with him as well. And Steve Mulholland says Bruce Grobbelaar needs to bring in as witch doctor. Do you ever remember? Would you remember that when he before games? That was crazy, that wasn't it? That's
he's a maniac, that guy. Maniac Bruce Grobbelaar, man. Always doing handstands and all that stuff. Always, oh man, he's always on his toes. That guy, crazy guy.
And Paulie says they couldn't have a round table at first as they only had a paste and wallpaper trestle. And the droopy dog. The way Slot talks in press conferences, it's like the hierarchy are happy with our current course in the league, as he just doesn't seem under pressure. He just continues being rude about Klopp.
Yeah.
That's shocking, that, He's under, that's what I said about it. He's just under fucking minds.
Yeah.
Klopp. And Toscana, our lovely Italian lady, she says, Buonasera, Franco and chatters. I was hoping to come on here and read that Slot has been sacked. Wishful thinking.
I've already got the thumbnail ready for Slot sacked.
The obituary ready, yeah.
I'm ready, mate. I'm ready. Black and white picture, sacked. I'm ready.
Wouldn't that be lovely? That's what I'd have right behind me, a black and white picture. With no face, but just a big baldy head. Sacked. Because that's Jason, the producer, to put it up for me. I loved that. And Paulie says, seriously though, I have a feeling if they qualify for the Champions League, they will stick with Slot. And Darryl says, yes, Frank, yes, Fozzie. And the droopy dog, don't know about others, but even at our very worst, with a lesser squad, the team at home would never have allowed another club to come to Anfield and dominate with no fight back for a whole 45 minutes. That's a cracking comment, though.
Yeah. It's a record as well. The record on the Opta. Like,
do you know what?
10 shots from 1 half. Yeah.
He sums it up, Boz. That comment sums everything up about what's going on here at Anfield.
Poor, man. Very poor.
Oh, Neil gets back to me. I'll have to fucking ring him, Yes, he can do the drone. We are awaiting instructions from you, Frank. You want to see what I'm going to do in the summer, Fozzie? Yeah. But it's just going out on YouTube. It's about the city,
Okay.
And needed a drone man. I was let down for 2 years.
Yeah.
And this is going to be, I'm going to leave my legacy. This is going to be my legacy this year. And the planning is absolutely brilliant, what I'm going to do. Even if I say so myself. I've been trying to do it for about 5 years.
Yeah.
the last 2 years I've been let down.
Oh,
Paul Burke says, I think Brighton is ballsy to last stand, to be honest. How about that? And you know what? Neil Broderick agrees with that. Yeah, I agree, Paul. You know, Brighton, the Brighton game. And the TW says, we have conceded the same amount of goals as Everton and scored less goals than Bournemouth. After 25 games, we have got 39 points, and some fans want to keep them. No, you are not. Do you know what? When you look at that stat there, when you look at 39 points out of 25 games, have you ever known a Liverpool football team to acquire that out of 25 games?
Nope. Think about it. If we won those 5 draws recently, the 5 draws we had recently, we could have been top of the league. If you look at the points, I mean, all that stuff, could have been up there in the top of the league, challenging for the league title. And look at the games we drew. I mean, I lost. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Bournemouth. It was Leeds we drew with, lost to Man City. The list goes on. I mean, and we only won 1 game this year. 1 game in the Premier League this year. We've won. Embarrassing.
Of course it is. And Steve Mulholland says Man City played a tough cup game in the week. Liverpool should have had a lot more energy and had extra time to prepare. And this is, again, you know, we have mentioned that because they played in the semi-final midweek, played us at the weekend and fucking beat us.
And the embarrassing thing about that is we intentionally got out of the League Cup for what exactly?
Exactly.
He told us, oh, we've got to concentrate on the league, so we're going to get out of the League Cup. Well, we're not concentrating on anything now. So that was a waste.
Do you know what? Are you saying that, Fozzie? There was a lad in North America and he'd been saving for fucking ages. And I mean, a long, he never said how long.
Yeah.
He'd been saving up. And he finally got the money to get, an hospitality thing at Anfield, making sure that he's got a ticket. And he flew over for that Crystal Palace game, and he plays all the kids. And could you imagine that, him coming to that game? And it was fucking awful. And he plays all the kids, knowing that those kids would get beat.
Yeah.
Knowing that they get beat, not even their, fully fledged first teamers on the fucking bench. That was shocking, that what he did. And that's what kind of a fucking coach he is. That prick. Sorry to say that.
No, but it's understandable, Frank. I mean, like, you didn't even give those kids even a chance in that game, as I remember. Kiers was up front on his own. Little Rio was on the right. I think what's his name? Nayoni was in the middle. We didn't really do much in that game, and you didn't have enough backup on the bench to help them out. Crystal Palace just came to Anfield and just destroyed us like they've been doing under Glasner versus Iron Slot ever since he's been here. So, yeah, listen, when you corrupt players' minds to throw games, Frank, that's what you become eventually. Look at Man United, you know what I mean? Why are they where they are? Because they've been corrupted in recent years to throw games, especially when Liverpool are competing with Man City for titles. Remember that, Frank? Like, every time you think they're going to go to Old Trafford and, Man United probably going to beat them, they used to just throw the game intentionally because they've been told to do that. And that's something we should be doing because we're not that type of club, Frank. I remember when Blackburn won the league, Kenny Dalglish was their manager. They came to Anfield and everybody was saying, is Liverpool going to throw this game? And we did it. We beat them in that game. I think 2-1. Yeah, and it was Man United's fault that they didn't beat West Ham. You know what I mean? So we're not that type of club. But
no, we're not.
Yeah.
No, we're certainly not. And, I just can't fucking make it out. I really can't. And Paul Burke says Ali's got enough credit to be allowed that one. The penalty you're talking.
I don't think he made a mistake. I showed you guys the actual pictures. Sorry, the video of it. I don't blame him. I mean, when a guy in the box like as Nunes was, and nobody's tracking him back. What do you expect a goalkeeper to do? His instinct is to go out there and block the shot coming into the box. Simple as that.
And Paulie says, "What do you think of this comment here? Watching the players, it looks like they are not all fit. They talk so much with 15 minutes to go. They are running in sand."
Yeah, Paul. What you got to look at, my friend, is these players are used to a system they've been doing for the last 5 years, 6 years, whatever it is. Since Jurgen's been there, innit? And then you try to change it in a season quickly, like straight away when the season starts. This is what happens, mate. We experienced this under Graham Souness years and years ago, similar to what we're facing right now. He tried to change things too quickly, and it backfired. And then ever since then, we've been waiting for a league title. So when you try to change things too quickly, this is the performances you're going to get. The players are not going to perform to the levels they usually do, and results ain't going to come as they used to before. So when you try to change things too quickly, this is the mess you face, and this is what we're facing at the moment. Too much of change too soon, and then the results ain't showing what they're supposed to show. Players are not performing to the levels because they're playing under a different system than they used to, and then all breaks apart, and that's what's happened to us this season.
Do you know what, Fozzie? Honestly, I don't know whether you were on when I was saying this. I forget who it was against, but it happens a couple of times. And through my own profession, I knew when people, especially my students, and they looked bewildered at what I was lecturing about. They looked bewildered. They couldn't grasp what was being said, about an historical event or whatever, about the Romans, that is.
Yeah.
And I seen the same bewilderment look. I was watching the game, and I mentioned it on the watch along. I said, "Does anyone notice there, Virgil?" Because Virgil looked bewildered.
Yeah.
He looked fucking bewildered,
He does.
As much as it's just like you showing that clip. Now that's all. That's they're the tactics. You can't. They're just the tactics.
Basics of
football. And they are fucking bewildered. They don't know what to do. And I'll tell you another thing. After well, not after, but during the Newcastle game, we were shocking. And they scored. And I really believe, when they're all celebrating, I think fucking Virgil must have said to some of the lads, "Come on, fuck this. Let's play our own fucking game." And we played well. And we beat them 4-1.
I think they threw the tactics out the window. Sorry,
I really believe that, though, Fozzie. I really believe it.
We was much better. We was more attacking, more freer on the pitch. If you know what I mean, Frank. We was finding spaces on the pitch as well at the same time. And then you see those 2 goals by Ekitike and the way Florian Wirtz set him up. You know what I mean? That's something we don't normally do. You know what I mean? It's like when we're on the tactics, when we're on the tactics of Arne Slot, we just don't maneuver the ball very well, Frank. But I think because it was 30 minutes into that game, Newcastle were battering us. They hit the post, by the way. People forget that. Yep. They hit the post as well. They should have scored from that, to be fair, with Barnes. And then they got the goal, and the players said, "You know what? Sod this shit. We're going to do it. Let's just play our game."
I really believe that, I said it.
Me too.
He must have said, "Come on, fuck this."
Yeah.
And threw the tactics out the window. Threw the tactics out the window. And we went on and we did great. We just played like we used to play, if you know what I mean. And King Vader says, "Hiya, Frank and Fozzie. It was my birthday yesterday and Slot served up that rubbish again. The year before, it was Plymouth. I don't look forward to us playing anymore, and especially hearing that idiot speak." It just shows you. Do you know what you're listening to tonight with the lads? These are good lads, These are like you. They're like me. They're like, even the girls.
Yeah.
They know their football. And is it? Do you reckon it's frustration or anger, or is it a bit of both?
Bit of both, bit of both, my friend. Because you know, Frank, what as a football club, as you're from there, you are Liverpool all the way. We're not this type of fans that's throwing a manager under the bus or want him sacked or anything like that. It's just if a manager is not helping himself and he's making the same mistakes every single time, and months go by, you just say enough is enough. You know what I mean? We tried to help you in the beginning when we was warning you as a head coach. You're not doing the right things, mate. You're not doing the basics of the game. There's something wrong with your playing style. It's too open. You didn't want to fix it. You still wanted to do your principles. And then all of a sudden, by the time you realized, things are going wrong, it was too late. Not only are we out of the title race, we're out of the top 4. By the time you figured out, things are not going right. It's a month, Frank. It's a months of trying to solve things that time ran out. Time ran out for all these poor people. They've had enough. They realize this head coach ain't as smart as we thought he was. He's just a complete dumbo, really. He's just dumb. There's nothing upstairs, mate.
Do you know what, Fuzzy? Under Jürgen, we were saying, all the time he was there, all the time.
Yeah.
When someone mentions about, 4th place, I used to say, fuck 4th place. We want to win the fucking league. Exactly. But we can't say it now. What we're doing is, saying now is, we've lost 4th place or 5th place. This is what we're saying.
That's what we'll come down to now, mate. That's what we'll come down to now. We went from the beginning of the season getting 21 and getting 7, right? That's what we was targeting. Now look what we're targeting, Frank.
And as my old mate Paul Burke says, there's a lot of players at the end of contracts at the club. Another crap show for this great club of ours. And he's absolutely right. And even
I want to ask you a question, Frank. Yeah, if you always let your players run down their contract and they leave for a free, how are we so sustainable then?
Exactly. Look, we let the Verge and the Mo Salah contracts run down, right? We let them. Now, we knew what Mo did to win us that league. We know how Virgil is, you know what I mean, a big colossus. And we allowed them to run their bloody contracts down. We allowed, I know why Trent left. Trent left because Jürgen left.
Yeah.
Because he was like his dad, Fozzie.
Yeah.
He was like his dad. He nurtured him. He nurtured him right through, from a kid. And he said to him, didn't he? He says, you're going to be playing for Liverpool and England.
Yeah.
And, this is as a kid.
Yeah.
And that's what he said to him. And when he left, I noticed Trent. He actually bawled his eyes out when Jürgen went up, to receive them fucking little things, the mementos of John Henry. And he just bawled his eyes out. And that was it with him. He said, well, if he leaves, I'm fucking leaving as well.
Yeah.
And that's...
and that's the connection Jürgen had, mate. When did you ever see players running down their contracts, Frank, under Jürgen? When did you ever see players rejecting Liverpool?
Never.
There you go.
Steve Mulholland says, no Slobbo tomorrow, and Mo might be out because his grandfather had passed away. Yeah, rip his grandfather, rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
Mo's granddad. That's shocking, that. And the Snape says, I or anyone else can play an exorbitant sum of money for something and hope we've spent wisely. Isak missed 39 games over 3 seasons at Newcastle. What process of due diligence are they using? My daughter, Francine Fozzie, before you answer that, my daughter said to me, when there was rumours of us going in for Isak, I think Isak's a great player. And she said, Dad, he's injury prone. I said, is he? She said, yeah, he's injury prone. My daughter told me that. And, look at the lad. He's got little thin legs and, he has a big, heavy fucking fella. Van der Ven was it coming into him. And I just feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
But would you answer that, about the due diligence?
So sorry. I hope it was.
Yeah, I'll read it out.
Yeah.
I or anyone else can pay exorbitant sums of money for something and hope we've spent wisely. Isak missed 39 games over 3 seasons at Newcastle.
Oh, okay.
What process of due diligence are they using?
I think we stepped away from what we used to, innit, Frank? Remember when we used to buy players, we used to look at their injury record. We used to look at what they do on and off the pitch. You know what I mean? How are they off the pitch? Are they, taking care of themselves? Do they go out clubbing every night? You know what I mean? And all that stuff. We used to buy players that were hungry. They will run about in the pitch. They won't give up, kind of thing, and they will walk through a wall for the manager and all that stuff. Now we've gone that other direction, and this guy just buying players who don't fit the system, by the way, and buying players for a star purpose instead of like, you got to look at it. I've got a team here. I've got a system here. Where if I need a right back, what particular right back do I need for that position? Someone that's similar to the one that left, or someone more solid defensively, as well as you could progress the ball. So they don't even look into it like that anymore. From what I've seen this summer, Frank, I think they bought players for the sake of buying. So much so, we've lost the pace of the team. We no longer have pace. I don't know if you guys noticed that. There's no pace in this team at all.
No, there isn't. How is that? How is that? I was watching a game today, on YouTube. I just had YouTube on, and it came on. It was Liverpool versus Chelsea, and we beat them 4-1. You remember when young Bradley scored that cracker, down, and Darwin missed a penalty. Remember, and he has it against the bar and things like that. But we hammered them.
Yeah,
and this is the type of football that we were used to, if you know what I mean. We were used to that football, heavy metal, going at them. And you think about today. Now, I watched that game, right? I was even there at the time.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is great, this. Coming out, going home.
Yeah.
This is great. This is what Liverpool are all about.
Yeah.
And I came home from the another Chelsea game, which was the Barcelona game.
Yeah.
And I was coming out and I was talking to these lads, we were just walking down, saying, will we ever see anything like that again? We won't.
We won't.
We'll never see anything. And now this fucking fella's here. We wouldn't even see it against fucking Grimsby. Remember the Plymouth game? The Plymouth Argyle game? Fucking hell. And that Plymouth Argyle game, we had Curtis Jones on the bench. And I was screaming at the telly, get him on, get fucking Curtis on. Yeah. Curtis came out, didn't he, and said, I was injured.
Yeah.
I couldn't play. So why did he put him on the fucking bench? It was just for show. He's fucking useless.
Bad, mate. He's really bad, Frank.
And the Droopy says, last season, as Virgil and Mo said last, we owe this fan base another title. And we, as a squad, deserve another title. It screams to me that it was only the players pushing the side, not Slot. I want you to comment on that. Do you want me to read it out again?
Yeah, it's about the title, right? Going for another title, get 21. Obviously, that's what he means, because it's a record, isn't it? Once you get the 21, you're back on your perch completely. You're not sharing the perch with Man United. So it is the players. It is the players that wanted it. But, Frank, I said it to you before. When you go into a season, you don't go into it the way we did. You know what I mean? When you buy new players, guys, you got a system in play in it. So what you do is you slowly integrate the players into the team. And what we did was we just threw the players out there in the first 10 games to try to solve things because we could outscore teams because of the firepower that we had. That's how that's the mentality this manager had. But in normal circumstances, a competent manager like Jurgen, what he used to do was he used to like make sure the players that was there previously are the ones who start the season and slowly integrate the new players into the team. When it gets to 10 to 15 games, then they will have their own, obviously, time being a first team players because they already understand the tactics that we play. So let me give you an example. You look at Robertson and Fabinho. What happened when they first came? They struggled. They were getting battered on the pitch. And what did Jurgen do? He put Henderson back as a DM. He put back Moreno as a left back, and then slowly put Fabinho in and out. Try to see what system works around Fabinho. Then he found that three, which is Wijnaldum, Henderson, Fabinho. And Robertson said, "I'm sick and tired of getting out, in and out the team. I have to start performing." And then what happened with Robertson? A few months later, he was a first team left back. That's the proper management of a team. That's a proper coaching. You don't throw players out there and then expect them to perform straight away. They need to get to the system that you have, used to the system that you have, which this idiot didn't realize. By the time he realized, it was about 15, 18 games later that he has to be hard to beat. Nah, you do this in the beginning. This is what I said. This is what you plan straight after the season finishes. You win the league. That's what I loved about Jurgen and Ferguson's the greatest managers that ever lived. Remember what they used to say about Ferguson? As soon as the season finishes, win the league or not win the league, he used to go back to the drawing board, plan for the new season, go on holiday, come back, and then go back to the drawing board where he left off and see what he could improve on to the new season. And this is what Arne Slot doesn't do. He goes to Ibiza during the season. He goes to Dubai. You know what I mean? When we need him to sort out the loss that we had before the Dubai trip. This is what I'm saying, guys. What he does is an amateur kind of way of managing. It's not a person that knows what he's doing.
But even his wife took a little bit here in Liverpool. She never joined him.
Yeah.
What's that telling you?
There you go.
I think it's shocking. And Youssef, we're currently 7 points behind Chelsea.
Yeah, they're winning. They're winning 1-0, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, so that's what I mean, Frank. Like, you don't do that to the new players straight away, my friend. You don't put them in like that. What he did, it's criminal, mate. It's criminal what he did.
And Everton are currently above us. Let's get worse. And the Droopy says, on Fozzie's clip, if Slot's way of making us fans happy was to say stay compact, things like running off, our players wouldn't be happening ever since we retreated. We have become even worse. Of course we have. Oh, Jesus. And Youssef, oh, great, Everton just scored a pen. Now they leapfrogged us in the stands.
It's not getting any better, man.
Gravin Gapco pull out of tackles. I've always said Gravenberch did that.
Yeah. Frank, let me ask you a question. I said what we need to do, what we should have done in the beginning of the season. What would you have done, Frank? Like in the beginning of the season to maintain that obviously winning momentum that we had before that? Like, would you start the new players straight away, or would you slowly integrate them into the team?
Say that again. I'm awfully sorry.
No. What would you do? Like, I gave you what I do. Like in the beginning of the season, when I buy new players, I'll slowly integrate them into the team instead of like starting them straight away and then hoping for the best. I mean, what would you have done in that situation? Would you do the same as Arne Slot, or what Jurgen used to do, in and out the team?
It sounds. Look, I put it this way, and I've always given this analogy. It's like a chef, a good chef, if you know what I mean. A good chef, above average chef, going to a Michelin restaurant, wanting a job there. That was his ambition. So he goes to this Michelin head chef, and says, "Oh, can I have a job? I want to work for you." And the chef's gone, "Okay." And he gives him ingredients, new ingredients, and says, "Hey, I'll go and bake me a cake with those new ingredients." And after a while, the chef comes back and goes, I can't use these ingredients. I don't know how to do it. So the chef just turned around and said, well, you're useless to me. That's fucking slot with these new players that we got in the summer. The likes of Bates, the likes of Kirkes, the likes of the rest of them. You see what I mean? And he couldn't, he can't work them. He's useless. He's like that fucking chef. Yeah. So he should have been sacked. Here's when I said he should have been sacked after the Nottingham Forest game.
Yeah, you can't lose at home like that. I'm sorry. Sean Dyche football. Goodness gracious me.
And the droop. Pep Lijnders brought in Gapco, and Richard Hughes made the decision to keep him over Diaz. It makes me so mad that a guy like him is playing at Liverpool. He has never made it. He's never made the grade. Yeah. Diaz, I can't get over it. I really can't. Paulie says, if Everton go above us, they'll probably stay above us. Has anyone seen our last 4 game run-ins? It's fucking scary. Yeah, I'd take Anana and Wharton to replace Gravenberch and McAllister, says the King Vader. And the Droopy, we can't honestly want a former Blue to come to Liverpool. It's true. We need a ball winner like Casino. But we all say names. But if this idiot is in charge, what solution will it be? And there's no solution, in my opinion. Not with him anyway in charge.
There you go. They said Caicedo. That's another player this ownership have flopped on.
Now, where's Mark Doyle? And he says, Arne was a hero in May. No, he fucking wasn't, Mark. People keep saying that. Do you know what? They fucking put comments on and fuck off, you know. But here's what he says. Arne was a hero in May. All this horrible, nasty venom has to stop. No, it fucking won't. If we were 7th under Alonso, the mud would still be slung. Get behind the lads. No boss has ever had to deal with the tragic. Oh, stop it. I'll be there tomorrow like every week. Mighty Reds. Yeah, ta-da, Mark. Yeah, go up your fucking mountain, mate.
Wow.
He fucking does
someone's death for performance. Wow.
He fucking does it all the time. He throws it in. He likes fucking slot.
Yeah, but why are you using someone's death for the performance of the team?
No. Does he fucking know that Chelsea's 7 points ahead of us? Does he know fucking Everton have leapfrogged us and he's fucking happy with it?
Unbelievable. Using Jota's death for that? Nah, you don't do that, man. You don't do that.
He's an ex-scouter who lives in fucking Scotland and climbs fucking mountains. Fucking hell. Stay up there, mate.
Konate, let me give you an example. Konate just lost his father and he came back. Does his performance drop or got better?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Do you know what? I was, when I was lecturing, you know, obviously years ago, and I lost my mother.
Yeah.
Right.
On
the 22nd of December. Now, it was the holidays, you know what I mean? Christmas holidays.
Yeah.
And I get a phone call. Now, I had my students, and they were all going in for the exam, you know, preparing for the exam in the... They were preparing for the exam in the summer, you know, around the July. No, they weren't. It was in the May. They were going in for it. And anyway, I get a phone call, and it was an apology, you know, and said, listen, we're awfully sorry about your mum and that. I said, okay, no problem. And he said, listen, can we give you a week off? But your students need you. They really need you. I said, yeah, no problem. So anyway, I had that week off, you know, after the Christmas this is.
Yeah.
And I went back. I had to go back. And I had to put everything behind me, which I did. And you know what? At the end of, you know, they got their exams through and, you know, they were all made up of what they got, you know. And every single one of them came up to me and they gave me a card.
Wow.
And I never read them right. And when I got home, I read them.
Mm.
Every single student, and they all said about, like what had happened with me mum and dad. And, you came in and you gave us a lot of confidence. You inspired us.
Wow.
Albeit us knowing that your mum had died, yet you were the same as you were before your mum died. Thank you so much. Great comments, and I've still got them here, the cards.
Yeah.
So, Jota, we love Jota, as you know. He'll never be forgotten.
Nope.
That number 20 shirt will never be worn by anybody else.
Yep.
But God, we have to move on.
Yep.
And for that to come out and say, you know what I mean, about the death of a top player. Well, does he fucking realise that Slot was going to be, that young Diego was going to be sold anyway?
Yeah.
And, get behind the lads. Do you know what I mean? We fucking do get behind the lads. We get 110% behind the lads every fucking week. We're concerned where we are today. So don't be fucking telling us to get behind the lads. We fucking do. You don't. Because your fucking stupid comments. You're saying get behind Slot. Slot's fucking useless. But we get behind the team. If we take no notice of Slot, but every fucking game, we don't want Liverpool to fucking lose. And when they lose, who's it down to? It's down to fucking Slot. So don't be fucking coming on here and fucking telling us.
This is their job, Frank. This is their job. I mean, this is not outside stuff. This is their job. I mean, in any circumstances, you still got to do your job. You know what I mean? If you don't perform in your job, in normal circumstances, you get sacked. Simple as that. You know what I mean? So that's all we're asking for. Do your job.
They just fucking come on and throw it. There's another fucking fella as well. He does it all the fucking time. Comes on, throws a comment in and fucks off. They don't fucking like it, you see. Because I don't give a fuck about anybody. If I fucking think that they're fucking wrong and they're fucking criticising you and they're criticising everybody on here, I fucking have a go at them, Fozzie.
Frank, they just want to hear what they want to hear, my friend. There's nothing to do with, as I said many times, Frank, like, if this was in their real life, what's happening to Liverpool? Like if they own a business or something like that, would they really allow their business to go downhill from there? Or would they rectify it? There you go, Frank. So this is what I say about these people. I don't think they care about Liverpool Football Club. To me, when I hear people like this, it looks to me a night out kind of fan. You know what I mean? They're just going for a night out with their friends to the game to have a couple of things, and and that's it. The results don't matter to them. It's just a night out. As I said, Frank, if this was going on, what's happening to Liverpool right now? If this was your real life in a business terms or anything like that, would you allow it to continue or would you nip it in the bud? You nip it in the bud. Simple as that.
It is.
This is not like what happened 2 weeks ago, Frank. This is how many months have we been into this shit now? You know what I mean? Since last year, August till now. Come on now.
No, I think it's been from last fucking February.
We
were playing awful because we had that cushion of all those points.
So basically, it looks like he's been trying to transition to this kind of performances since last February, trying to get away from.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And then he had to change because when we played Tottenham, he said we'll have to fucking change. He must have said we'll have to change.
Yeah.
Right. So we'll play like we did with Jürgen's fucking system.
Good
and
point.
We battered them. We battered Spurs because they went into the lead, if you remember, with Solanke's goal.
Throwing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Sorry, Carl, what was you going to say?
With me? No, it was from a throw-in. Solanke goal. I think it was from a throw-in or set piece.
Yeah, and he scored. And it was a good goal. Yeah. So anyway, from a throw-in as well, yeah. It comes on about fucking throw-ins. But we battered. Then after that was fucking terrible. He went to fucking Ibiza to some DJ and what the fuck was that all about?
Would Jurgen do that? Would Jurgen do that, Frank? Would Jurgen do that? There you
Oh,
go.
fucking hell. No other, I've said it, no other manager. Could you imagine from Shankly to Paisley to Fagan to Kenny? They'd never do that. They'd never do that. Oh, I'll tell you who else we sacked. Souness.
Yeah.
I always forget about him being sacked. And we're not a sacking club.
Dr. Fuzzy, Caesar Don Franco.
Exactly. Even if Caesar Don Franco and Dr. Fuzzy. Both spiffing.
We're
Spitting, we're not spiffing.
Spitting, not spiffing.
Oh, do you know what? And IBR comes out and he says, you know, I worry about Van Dijk as he needs a rest. And at his age, another bad injury will be game over. No one mentions that.
Nobody talks about it. I think I did. I think I'm the only one that does. I always say it. We're one injury away from a disaster, and you're forgetting how old Virgil is. And once he gets injured, there's no replacement, Frank. It's impossible. And we have to rest him at this age. He's 35 this year. Like, what is he still doing on the pitch, playing every game? What's going on?
Exactly. And as you said ages ago, you know, like during the pod, about bringing in players, we needed that fucking Xhaka. We needed someone now and centre back. We needed a DM. You just can't make these things up. I was lucky or unlucky enough to go to watch the PSV Home Champions League lost 4-1. It was terrible. If he can stay after that, it shows exactly what this idiot can get away with. Simply embarrassing. And you get the thing, Fuzzy, says Paulie. I remember Souness got rid of the boot room boys, bringing in the wrong type of players and being tactically inept. Yeah. And that reminds me, you know, this is me, that reminds me of this fucking fella, inept, tactically inept.
Yeah, said that for a while, my friend. It just reminds me of the Graham Souness days. I said that a while ago, and people don't see it. They think like everything's okay. No, everything's not okay. We're falling apart quick, and we're not trying to fix it before it gets out of hand. It's just a Graham Souness thing again, guys. Change too quick, and then these things happen, man.
And Zadel says, Everton now above us. He'd be crying, Zadel. And the droopy dogs, I have the Spurs game on in the background. And the way their players is like watching our own. Wide open, weak against long balls. And from teams giving it to us physically, we fold like Spurs. And Penno, another old mate of mine, 7th in the league at the minute. I want to slap Baldy's head.
Don't worry, there's a fan out there that's saying everything's okay. Back the team, innit? So there you go, man.
I'll be finishing off on these lads. Paul Burke, Diaz is the pace we're missing. And Nunes, we missed Nunes' pace.
Can't believe people are saying that, but it's true. We do miss pace.
You know what, though, Bozzy? I don't know whether you'll agree with me here. But, you know, like people said, he kept missing, kept hitting the bar and the post, but he was always in the right fucking place to do it.
We created chances. We don't even work the opposition goalkeeper anymore. Has anyone noticed this? The opposition goalkeeper never gets worked, Anfield or away from home. They're always comfortable. They're always happy. We take corners. They pick it off the air. You know what I mean? This is what we face now. We don't work opposition goalkeepers at all. Look at that first half against Man City. What did Donnarumma actually do? It took the 74th minute to even hit the target, and luckily it was a goal. That's the only time we troubled Donnarumma in that game. That 74th minute Szoboszlai free kick. Oh, man.
What do you think of the free kick, by the way?
Oh, goodness. Well, I said he's capable of it like a couple of years ago. I said, this guy's got more in his, ammunition than everybody else. And he's showing it this season.
It was incredible, wasn't it?
Frank, the goalkeeper couldn't even move because he just watched it go past him. He tried, but the brain wasn't connecting with the legs in it. So
No, it wasn't. You know, because if that's not goal of the season, I don't know what it is.
Twice,
I
Frank.
need to see a better goal.
He did it twice.
You
Arsenal.
heard it well against Arsenal, yeah.
Yeah.
And Paul Burke says to him, you know, that Mark lad, sorry, Mark, you're way off. You're way off. You can't tell me, hands on heart, you're happy with what we're watching. Yes, I am a season ticket holder. Simple as that.
Crazy, man.
And the groupie.
This is what they give tickets to nowadays, people. People like that.
Yeah, look, he answers it. Look, he gets back. I'm not way off. I don't believe in abusing the manager. He fucking didn't. I'm glad I don't sit next to you. I know he'd fucking may have chew you up.
Abusing?
Fucking hell.
Oh, fuck him up.
And Linda says, she even says, Slot never brought us the title. That was Jürgen's club.
Yep. I believe that now.
Criticism is part and parcel of the game. It's not abuse. And as for sitting next to each other, the feeling is mutual.
That's brilliant. That is brilliant.
He has a go at my daughter, you know.
Why?
Because Francine is like you and I and the rest of the chat. And she said, you know what, he keeps having a go at me. You know, I'll get behind the team. She said, I do get behind the team. She said, that's why I want him gone, because he's absolutely useless. And if you can't see that, my grandson, who's a lawyer, Francine's lad, he won't go. He won't go. And he goes. He's been going. I brought him to his very first match.
Yeah.
And it was against, I'll tell you who it was against. It was against Middlesbrough, and we got beat. Yeah. And do you ever remember Bolo Zenden?
Yeah, of course. The ex-Liverpool player.
Yeah. No, Bolo played for Middlesbrough, and he scored. He scored. And he was doing all that. And I was in the Annie Road stands, you know, the top half. And that was his first match.
Yeah.
And as I said, I brought him. Then I brought him to another game. It was the Chelsea game. Yeah. And we were in the main stand then, what you call the main stand.
Yeah.
I was when it was 0-0. I think 6 minutes to go. And Fernando Torres scored 2. Do you ever remember that? At Anfield it was, you know. And that was the second game. And he's been ever since, you know what I mean? He's a proper little, well, he's not, he's a big fucking red. He's a proper big red. And he said, I will not go while that fraud is there, Grandad.
Yeah. Don't blame him, mate. I really don't.
Anyway, Fuzzy, I'm going to end, mate.
No problem, mate.
Will you come on next week?
I'm
on tomorrow night. Are you working tomorrow night, or are you doing?
I'm off the next 2 days. If
do you want to? I'll tell you what. Then, would you like to come on?
Yeah.
Before the game, because I do the watch along, and then come on at half time, and come on at the post match tomorrow.
Sure, mate. No problem, mate. I'll let you know if things change, but yeah, for now I'm fine.
No, of course. Okay. Oh, thanks, Fuzzy.
No problem, mate.
It's been great.
Always, man. Always, Frank. Always, my friend.
And what do you think of our chat? The brilliant, aren't they?
Good. Excellent.
Genuine. Genuine, you know.
Listen, Frank. Don't get angry when these game goers who pretend they're Liverpool fans say stupid things. They don't care about the football club, Frank. That's why I block my mind of these kind of fans, because they're harming our football club, and they're trying to think they're trying to change our mind some way, somehow, to be like them, positive in bad situations. It doesn't make sense.
But
nothing's going to change, Frank. As long as we're under this head coach, nothing's going to change. It's going to get worse. So
Well,
if they can't see it, that's on them.
But what I'd say to Mark there is, like, you know, if you like his type of football, once he gets sacked,
Yeah.
and if anyone ever brings him in, you know, whatever club, whether it's in fucking Timbuktu or back in Feyenoord, go and support them if you like his football.
Exactly. Just follow him.
It's as simple as that, you know. So you'll be happy. You'll be happy, Mark.
Nobody's gonna harass him, you know, after that. So yeah, stay with him, man. Follow him. Console him when he needs it. You know what I mean? He could be crying on the way out.
On that wonderful note, I'll see you tomorrow, Fozzie, with a little bit of luck.
No worries, mate. You take care, yeah? Take care.
And you take care till tomorrow. See you, Fozzie. Thank you so much for tonight.
No worries.
And to all the chat out there, thank you for keeping Fozzie and myself alive. Thanks so much. See you tomorrow for the watch along. Ciao. Ciao.